If you are a first gen who is pretty much your parents' retirement plan and you are so stressed on how you are going to do that, this episode is for you because we are going to get into how to plan for the retirement of our aging parents as a first gen immigrant. There is some unique responsibilities, especially when it comes to caring for our aging parents. A lot of us tend to be the retirement plan for our parents. And, that cultural expectation can weigh heavy and stress us out and can be intimidating and overwhelming. We're trying to figure out our finances, trying to get ourselves financially stable and figure out what we have to do and figure out our own financials. Now, as our parents get older, we have to start thinking about what's going to happen with our parents, how are we going to provide for them in their retirement, because the reality is most of our parents really didn't plan for their retirement. They kind of just hit the ground running and started working and just trying to provide and survive here. And so now that they're getting older, is kind of like scrambling to figure out what we're going to do to help them out. And being first gen, it puts us in this unique position where we are not only trying to figure out the retirement for our parents, but also, if you have kids or plan to have kids, setting up the future generations up for financial success. But it's expected that, the families come together to provide for each other and stuff. And I see it in Mexico with my dad's side of the family and my mom's side of the family, where they are coming together and providing for each other and helping each other out. And same thing with my mom's side. So the first step in planning for your parents' retirement and aging is to understand where they are now. What is their current financial situation? And I'm going to be honest, this is kind of like a painful step, because once you actually start diving into it, it gives you this financial anxiety and this fear, because you realize how unprepared your parents are for retirement. And it really hits you like a ton of bricks, because you realize, again, how much at risk your parents are. If they did save, they put it in a bank and they just sent money to it and just had it in a savings account, which isn't ideal, because you're going to realize that they didn't save nowhere near enough from what they are going to need for retirement. But it is important to talk to them and have them change their money from their savings account from a bank to a high yield savings account, because they are losing money due to inflation, because you're getting very little, not even 1%, not even 0.5% in return from the bank. So the first thing I would do is, if they do have a savings in a regular bank account, talk to them about moving it into a high yield savings account. The steps that we're going to be covering do still apply to those that are undocumented, because for example, the high yield savings account, you can use your ITIN and your ID from La Consular and use those to be able to open a high yield savings account. So don't let that your parents are undocumented stop you from helping them out and helping plan for their retirement. The next thing you want to look at is, if they have a job where it's a big company and they had a 401k, make sure they're sending money to it and that it's actually allocated to a fund, and that they are, taking advantage of that 401k and see where they are at and where they're contributing to. If that company matches their contributions, which basically just means they match whatever you put into your investment, which is basically free money. Make sure that your parents are taking full advantage of that. Now, if they are not in a job or a company, working for a company that doesn't have a 401k or an investment option, then you could always opt to help them start a IRA. You could do a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA, and you could pick whatever brokerage like Fidelity, Vanguard, whichever one works for you. You do have to do a little bit research on that one to figure out which one you prefer. But the point is to get them started in investing in the stock market or investing in general. I invest in index funds, so that way I don't have to really worry about it. An index fund is basically like a basket of several stocks, and so you don't have to really think about it. You send money, it gets distributed to your fund, and you invest that way. Now, if you do want to learn more about stock investing and how that works, there are 2 books that are really good that I recommend. And one is, Wealth Warrior, and the other one is Financially Lit. It's good for the beginner to figure out how the stock market works and investing. The next thing you want to look at is their debt and their expenses. So what outstanding debts are they going to have or currently have, but more importantly, what they're going to have when they retire, because this is going to help you understand how much they're going to need for when they retire. Because like if they have a mortgage, they bought a house later on in life, and now they're still going to have a mortgage when they retire. You want to take that into account. Or if it's going to be paid off by then you don't have to account for the mortgage. You just have to account for property taxes and just the insurance and general maintenance of the home, and other things like, are they going to have a car payment? Do they have medical expenses, other expenses that you don't know about or that they have? You want to account for that. And don't forget, again, we are first gen. Our culture, again, helps out family. So a lot of our parents send money to Mexico. So don't forget to account for that. My mom, I think she sends a few $100s a month, again, to take care of her mom. So the next step after you have figured out where they are now is figuring out what the retirement goals are. Like, what does their retirement look like? Some of the things that you want to ask is when do they plan to retire? Because again, just because they're eligible to retire at 65, a lot of, our parents want to keep working where they want to retire, because that's going to determine, how much living expenses they're going to get. But if they want to retire in Mexico, they're going to go back to their home country, depending where in Mexico, that cost of living is going to be much lower. So I don't have to account for as much. And, what kind of lifestyle do they plan to have in retirement? So right now, my parents travel. And once they retire, they're going to be going back and forth from Mexico and back and forth. So I have to plan for that. And are they planning to live in their current home, or they plan to move somewhere else back to their home country? All these things are things that you need to ask and figure out what their goals are, what they plan to do after they retire, so you can start creating a plan. The next step is exploring their retirement benefits. Now, depending on the status of your parents, on how long they've worked and so on, and what they have, it's going to determine what they are eligible for. So if they're here and are eligible for Social Security, you want to start looking into that and figuring out that they apply at a certain time, the time frames that they're keeping track of how much they're going to, kind of estimate of what they're going to have. So that's going to help you plan for additional income that they're bringing in. And a different thing to consider is depending where your family's from, maybe they worked in their home country before they immigrated over here to the US, and they may have enough time if their home country has a retirement kind of similar Social Security over here. So for example, in Mexico, they do have, retirement pay. And my dad actually ended up working enough time to be able to get some form of retirement. Planning for the retirement also includes healthcare. So what healthcare options are available or will be available for your parents when they retire or currently, because you also want to plan for now, because the last thing you want to do is they have, an emergency and now they have a medical bill that they have to pay for. You got to understand those and figure out the enrollment periods, what it covers. Double check if their home country is an option. Like for mine, Mexico's right here. It's easy to just fly back and forth, which is what actually my parents are currently doing. They, plan their trips to Mexico to visit family and all that stuff with their medical appointments. So right now, they've pretty much got done with their annual appointments. So that may be an option too, because medical care is so much cheaper in Mexico, and same with the prescriptions and medication. You also want to look at life insurance. Do your parents have a life insurance plan? There's quite a few options, and you have to kind of do your own research and figure out which one is beneficial to your parents and to yourself as well. But you want to plan to get some type of insurance or plan for the expenses in case that, of their death. Funeral expenses are so expensive. Now that you have assessed their current financial situation, it's time to actually start creating a budget for their retirement. They're going to be retired, so where are they going to live? Like, how much is it going to cost? Are they going to live with you? Are they living by themselves? Do they have their own home that still has a mortgage, or do they own that home outright? Are they currently renting or plan to rent? Figure out how you can reduce these costs and explore what options are there. So one thing to consider is if they do own their own home or they have their home, one thing is that once they retire, they will be eligible for lower taxes. They get some benefits. You get the homesteading tax benefit. Then once you retire, you get a reduced tax benefits. Make sure you talk to a CPA about that. I'm not an expert in taxes. Check how much, electric, water, and all that stuff is, create a budget for that. And if they travel. But the idea is just creating a budget and figuring out what they can afford and what to expect. In this budget, you also want to include health insurance, the payments for that, for coverage, but also include in case your parents may need long-term care. So if you need to hire a helper or someone to help you if they get disabled or something. Another thing to consider is the legal and estate planning. If your parents have something like a house or anything that they want to leave behind, their wills, a trust, living wills, or power attorneys, a breakdown of what they would want in case of I don't know, they're in a coma or whatever, if they don't want to be resuscitated or whatever. So make sure that's also part of the retirement plan. That's one thing that's kind of overlooked. And also, have those conversations. It's difficult. Again, it's kind of morbid of talking about these things. What if something happens to them? What do you want to do? I've had this conversation. We're not done having this conversation, but talking about funeral arrangements as well. Do they want to get buried here or in Mexico? Do they want to get cremated? Do they want to get buried? Don't forget other expenses on top of the funeral home and casket and all that stuff, because sometimes for example, my mom, she's Catholic and she would want a church thing, so I have to account for that fee as well. Another thing that's kind of overlooked sometimes is the emotional support for your parents. So retirement, sounds like all fun and dandy and stuff like that, but sometimes it can cause mental and emotional distress because they stop working. Take into account finding things for them to do. So maybe enrolling them in some type of club, maybe some type of activities like bingo or something like that. Figuring out something to help them continue, because you got to give them something to do, otherwise they deteriorate, their mental health deteriorates, and pass faster. You have to give them something to live for, right? So those are basically the big major steps to help you plan for your parents' retirement. I know as first gen, it's a struggle of balancing that cultural expectation with our own personal goals because again, like I said earlier, is we're still trying to figure out our own financial plan for the finances are of our future generations if you choose to have children, but then we're being responsible for that financial support and well-being of our parents. It's tough, it's rough, and I don't blame those that decide not to be responsible for that, but for me, I just can't leave my parents high and dry. They did so much for me, and so now it's my job to bridge that gap between the two generations. Unfortunately, I'm the generation in the middle, but I'm setting up my daughter for success and my stepson for success, but also prepping myself to support my parents. And so it's possible to do both. It's just, a lot of work, a lot of planning, and a lot of research. But this is one of the ways that I was able to plan for my parents. Hopefully, this helps and helps you put your mind at ease and gives you some type of plan, an action plan, a roadmap to figure out how you're going to support your parents for their retirement and them just aging. Other than that, I will see you in the next episode. Bye.